First, the film, 2B, centrally deals with the question that you have been working on for about 5 or 6 years now, which is the legal status of a personality, an electronic version of our personality. The second thing, which the film does not deal with directly, but indirectly, is that the dude in the film, the protagonist, is really, really rich. And he, because of his wealth, is one of the first people to have access to this technology.
It will be taken by virtually everybody in society, and therefore by the legal system, is that once they are persuaded that cyber-conscious beings value their life, that life will be respected.
We have the software that life runs on. How long do you go without updating the software on your cell phone? It updates itself every few hours. But we have software running on our bodies that's thousands of years old, or even millions of years old in some cases, and it's out of date. And we now have technologies that can actually change it. RNA interference can turn genes off, new forms of gene therapy can add new genes.
I'm skeptical because nobody's really convinced me yet that we know enough about human faculties, the human brain, how we function, to suggest that this is more than a theory about what the progression will be and whether that progression will actually be human equivalent intelligence. Whether it will be human-like or not, I don't really know.
There will be available what I would call mindware. And mindware is simply software that is able to put together all the digital reflections of our lives in such a way that the software will think the same way that a human being thinks in general, and more specifically, the same way that the individual who deposited these thousands of digital reflections thinks.
There is a vast plethora of research that is actually going on right now, and breakthroughs that are mind-boggling for even those of us who are trying to follow them all. And some of those are coming to pass, and some of those will alter both who we are or those opportunities that are available to our children and our grandchildren. And my concern is that we do that with our eyes open. That this is not just some unconscious process we go through while we're watching TV, but that we actually reflect seriously on whether we want robotic weaponry, for example, which is being developed at a very fast pace to the US military at this point. Whether we want to wire ourselves into computers, whether our privacy will get abrogated in ways that we do not want.
Take biotechnology, which Martine and I work on extensively. We're busy reprogramming biology away from cancer and heart disease and other diseases and aging, presumably good things, although some people don't agree with that. But the same tools could be used by a bioterrorist to reprogram a biological virus to make it more deadly or more communicable, to create a bioweapon. But we're not defenseless in the face of that. We do need to develop rapid response systems. I've actually been working with the Army. I'm on the Army Science Advisory Board on this problem to create a rapid response system for biological viruses, and we have the technological ideas to do that. We do that, by the way, with software viruses. We have a technological immune system, and nobody's taken down even a portion of the internet for 1 second over the last 10 years. And we need ethical standards so that responsible practitioners won't cause accidental problems. We have the Asilomar guidelines in biotech. That has been pretty effective. We need similar standards for nanotechnology and artificial intelligence.
But my question is, does that capture the whole story? Are humans really reducible to the information, the memories, the patterns through which we process that information? Or is that just part of the picture? The fascination of this subject, not just what we will get, but how this is reflecting back on us humans in terms of who we are, how we function, and yes, also what we might become.